Russell Preston Brown from Adobe Systems, and I'd like to talk about painting with lasers. Now, I've recently done some amazing experiments with Adobe Photoshop, a laser that engraves, for example, a piece of wood, and then I print directly onto this wood with a flatbed printer. Sounds interesting. Let's take a look at this whole process right here. It starts in Adobe Photoshop. I'm starting with a regular image you see here, and I'm using a great new filter called Oil Paint, which is part of Pixel Bender technology right here. Selecting that, I can then open up my image and it swirls the image into this Van Gogh-like effect. It looks like a Van Gogh painting, but if you print this on a regular piece of paper, it doesn't have any depth to the brush strokes or the texture of the paint. And that's what dawned on me. How could I bring out that texture? Well, I could use a laser to take this black and white image and use this as an engraving into wood, for example. And since I've experimented with lasers before, I knew that this was essentially a depth map. So the areas which are dark will recede and the laser will engrave those deeper, and the areas which are light will come forward and will not be engraved, and you create this pattern within the wood. Now, if you combine this pattern in wood with the original image you see here, you get really interesting results, especially if you use a DCS direct jet printer to apply this right onto the wood panel itself. It's really amazing. Okay, not only can you use this depth map created here with Pixel Bender, I also discovered that of course you can start with an image like this and actually paint the depth map with the new brushes in Photoshop CS5 as you see here. And this can be used on the laser as a depth map, creating the brush strokes and pattern right into the wood. And of course then you combine that with your original painting and again you get great results. Let's take a look at the whole process. In my projects, I use a Versa laser from Universal Laser Systems. I place the artboard here into the laser and start to transmit my image from Adobe Photoshop on the Mac or the PC. As you can see here in this time-lapse image, I'm laser engraving the surface of the wood using the grayscale values that I created with the Pixel Bender plugin. Here I've finished the project. I'm going to take the laser engraving out of the laser and immediately wash it and get rid of the residue on the surface. Then dry it completely. Then next I'm going to paint a coat of gesso onto the surface to prepare it for printing. But finally, I'm going to paint a finishing coat with something called golden digital ground. I'm going to put one coat of this matte digital ground onto the surface of the image. Then I'm going to dry it completely, and I'm now ready to print this on the direct jet from Direct Color Systems, as you see here. I place it into the direct jet, connect up my Macintosh or my PC, and start to transmit the color image, which I can then print directly onto the wooden surface. The direct jet printer can adjust its height to accommodate different heights of material, which is really great. Here again in time-lapse, you see the entire printing, and here's the finished result. Amazing. You've just seen a great combination of technologies from Universal Laser Systems, Direct Color Systems, and of course Adobe Photoshop CS5 to bring out this great texture here in this wood engraving that I've printed on top of. Give these techniques a try, experiment with